the biggest secrets about money aren't hidden in banks, but in plain sight. Most people spend their entire lives working for money, never realizing that the system itself was designed so that money works for someone else. From childhood, we're taught to study hard, get a stable job, and save. But very few people are taught how wealth is actually built, not earned, but constructed. Here's the first secret. Income is not wealth. A high salary can disappear as fast as it arrives, especially when lifestyle rises with it. True wealth is what remains if you stop working today. It's ownership, assets that continue producing value without your daily effort. Businesses, stocks, intellectual property, real estate, royalties. The wealthy focus less on how much they make this month and more on what will pay them forever. Second secret. Time is more valuable than money, but most people trade it cheaply. Employees sell hours, owners build systems. If you stop working at a job, income stops immediately. But if you own a business or income-producing asset, money can continue flowing while you sleep. This is why the same 24 hours produces drastically different results for different people. Third secret. Debt is not inherently bad, but ignorance is. Poor debt buys things that lose value. Productive debt buys assets that generate income. A car loan for status drains cash. A loan for equipment that produces revenue can multiply it. The wealthy often use leverage carefully, turning other people's money into tools for growth. Fourth secret. The tax system usually favors producers over earners. In many countries, income from labor is taxed more heavily than income from investments or businesses. This isn't accidental. Governments encourage economic activity. When you build something that creates jobs or growth, the system often rewards you. When you simply earn wages, you carry a larger portion of the burden. Fifth secret. Attention is the new oil. In the digital age, the companies making the most money don't necessarily produce the most physical goods, they capture attention. Social media platforms, search engines, streaming services, their real product is not content, but your time and focus. Whoever controls attention can influence behavior, sell products, and shape markets. Sixth secret. Price is not about cost, it's about perception. A product can cost a few pesos to make and sell for thousands if people believe it is valuable. Branding, packaging, story, reputation, these invisible elements often determine profit far more than materials or labor. This is why luxury industries thrive even during economic downturns. Seventh secret. Recurring revenue beats one-time sales. A business that sells once must constantly chase new customers. A business that charges monthly builds predictable income. Subscriptions, memberships, maintenance contracts. These create stability and compound growth. That's why so many industries are shifting towards subscription models. Eighth secret. Scale separates small money from big money. You can only work so many hours, but a system can operate continuously. Software can be sold to millions with almost no additional cost per user. A successful brand can replicate across locations. The key question wealthy entrepreneurs ask is not how much can I earn, but how many times can this be multiplied? Ninth secret. Skills compound like investments. High-income skills, sales, negotiation, marketing, leadership, communication, don't expire. They stack over time and open doors across industries. A person who can persuade ethically, solve problems, and lead others can generate income in almost any environment. 10th secret. Most opportunities never become public. By the time an investment trend reaches headlines, early adopters have often captured the biggest gains. Deals, partnerships, and emerging ventures frequently circulate within networks long before outsiders hear about them. This is why relationships can be more valuable than information. 11th secret. The market rewards solving painful problems. The bigger the problem you solve, the more people are willing to pay. Convenience, safety, speed, health, status. Businesses that address these deeply felt needs tend to grow fastest. Money flows toward value, not effort. 12th secret. Risk and reward are linked, but timing matters. Early stages of new industries carry uncertainty, but also massive upside. As industries mature, risk decreases, but so does potential return. Many fortunes were built by entering markets before they felt safe to the majority. 13th secret. Diversification protects wealth, but focus builds it. Spreading resources too early can dilute progress. Many successful entrepreneurs concentrated intensely on one venture until it became strong enough to support expansion. Only after stability did they diversify. 14th secret. Lifestyle inflation quietly destroys financial progress. As income rises, spending often rises even faster. Bigger homes, newer gadgets, luxury experiences, each upgrade becomes the new normal. Without discipline, higher earnings simply fuel higher expenses rather than building long-term security. 15th secret. Money follows confidence, but confidence must be backed by competence. People invest in leaders, brands, and businesses that appear capable of delivering results. Presentation, communication, and reliability influence financial outcomes more than many technical details. 16th secret. Patience outperforms intensity. Short bursts of effort rarely create lasting wealth. Consistent action over years, investing regularly, improving skills, reinvesting profits, produces exponential results through compounding. The challenge is that early progress feels slow, discouraging many people before momentum builds. 17th secret. Fear and greed drive markets more than logic. Prices rise when optimism spreads and fall when panic dominates. Understanding human psychology can be as important as understanding numbers. Those who remain calm during extremes often make the best decisions. 18th secret. Ownership provides leverage over the future. Owning shares in productive companies, land, intellectual property, or distribution channels means benefiting from growth you didn't personally create. You participate in the expansion of entire systems. 19th secret. Security and freedom are different goals. A stable job maximizes predictability. Entrepreneurship and investing maximize autonomy but introduce uncertainty. Each path has trade-offs, and understanding them allows intentional choices rather than accidental outcomes. 20th secret. The biggest barrier to wealth is often mindset, not opportunity. Many people underestimate what is possible, overestimate risks, or delay action indefinitely waiting for perfect conditions. Meanwhile, those who act imperfectly accumulate experience, connections, and momentum. 21st secret. Failure is frequently part of the process. Most successful founders and investors experienced losses before achieving major wins. These setbacks provide data, lessons about markets, people, and strategy that can't be learned from theory alone. 22nd secret. Generosity and reputation can be economic assets. Trust reduces friction in transactions. People prefer to do business with those they respect and believe in. A strong reputation can open doors that advertising budgets cannot. 23rd secret. Technology accelerates everything. Opportunities appear faster, competition intensifies, and entire industries can transform within a decade. Adaptability becomes a critical advantage. Those who resist change risk being left behind. 24th secret. Money amplifies character. It doesn't automatically create happiness, wisdom, or purpose. It magnifies existing tendencies, generosity or selfishness, discipline or excess. Understanding this helps align financial goals with personal values. 25th secret. Financial freedom is not about having unlimited money, but about having enough control over time to live according to your priorities. For some, that means entrepreneurship. For others, disciplined investing. The path matters less than the outcome, autonomy. And perhaps the most important secret of all is this. Wealth is built not in dramatic moments, but in quiet decisions repeated over years. Choosing to learn instead of ignore, to invest instead of consume, to build instead of wait. These choices compound invisibly until one day the results appear obvious to everyone else. Money is a tool, business is a system, and opportunity is rarely announced with certainty. Those who understand these principles don't just chase income, they design structures that produce it. And once you begin to see how the game actually works, you realize that the rules were never hidden, they were simply never explained. The question is no longer whether wealth is possible, but whether you will position yourself to participate in its creation.